I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulation and practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit sentient beings. Sanje Joda Zoge Jonam La Janjo Bado Dane Jas Tage Jin Zoge Beson Tola Benjir Sanje Dubare Sho Sanje Joda Zoge Chanjo Bado Dane Jasu Je Tage Jin Zoge Besonam Tola Benjir Sanje Dubare Sho Sanje Joda Zoge Chonam Janjo Bardo Dane Jasu Je Tage Jin Zoge Besonam Dola Benji Sanje Dubare Sho Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Desham Tata Gato Hyavatat Desham Chayo Nirodha Evam Bhati Mahashramanaye Swaha Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Desha Tathagato Hyavatat Desham Chayo Nirodha Eva Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dattagato Hyavatat Tesham Jayo Nirodha Evam Bhati Mahashramanaye Swaha. All phenomena are rest causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well as taught by the Great Seer. Diyatha Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata 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 Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. Okay, anybody who can help me identify the text in the Recognizing the Mother. Wow, 182. Huh? You didn't have it. Okay. Bella has? Okay, that's good. This one, page 73. Okay, let us turn to page 213. Dependent Origination and Emptiness, a compilation of excerpts from Sutras and Treatises. Okay, page 213. And this what do we have here? This is a compilation. Compilation meaning that the His Holiness's teachings on emptiness, particularly when I was translating for His Holiness, some of the verses which His Holiness used very often, I put them together in this whole book is actually the result of that thing. His Holiness having given teachings on the basis of some root texts, short root texts, all these I brought them together, and then this book came into being. Added to this, some others later I kept adding to the already existing thing which I compiled, and then the one here. This is more is specifically with the meditation emptiness. So there, His Holiness cites some of the very precious verses, and when I'm translating for His Holiness, I put them together, and then later on, it is like almost like 17, 18 years that things have been kind of continuously building up at it. So this is how this came into existence. And it would be good for us if we really feel that, okay, in my life, the most important thing is one, to stay away from the stress and tension and fears of life. And anything can happen to us, illness. Just say the earthquake can happen or flood can happen. You can maybe be trapped in an earthquake or the war zones and so forth. We never know. Anything can happen. A tree can fall and then you can have injury and so forth. So under such situations, you can easily give up. So it's because of you become so desperate and the painful under such situation where you have confidence in your Buddha natures that are still the Buddha nature. And what external things, illness and so forth, that should not really affect my mind. I have the wisdom of emptiness. I have bodhicitta. These two things to awaken the Buddha nature inside. These three things combined together, you become very confident. But it is not like the parents giving you a whole sum of money, saying that this is the what is this, the inheritance from the parents for you. No, this you have to cultivate it, and it'll take time. And the best thing is, do it from now. Don't wait till okay when something happens, then I'll go into this. It'll not work like this. We have to prepare. It's like building a castle. You can't imagine that, oh, I have money. When the problem happens, I'll build a castle. No, it should be started from now. And for this, you require the youngest, the freshest of your mind. Your mind should be as fresh. The brain should be as fresh. And some of you may think that I'm already 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So therefore, my mind is no more fresh. But you are the youngest of the lifespan. You are the youngest today of the lifespan that you are left with. Do you agree? You are the youngest today of the lifespan that you are left with. You are the youngest. Use this youth. It doesn't matter what age. Use this and prepare yourself. Prepare ourselves, not only you, myself also. I'm very fortunate that I've met with all these great teachers, and because of which I learned all these things. And now, in the process of sharing with other people, I'm continuously learning and continuously growing. So this, for me, my teacher advised me that after completing Geshe degree, make sure that you continuously keep in touch with these texts which you studied. And then now, in a way, it's my good karma that whether I like it or not, I have to do it. I have to do it. I'm always in touch with this, and it greatly helps me. It really helps me. For example, like say the 15, 16, 17 years ago. Since then, I already started to give teachings, and the teachings that I gave in those days, when I see them in the videos, they are like small children's talk. So what I'm saying is that this is how much I'm growing. We all will grow. So the point is that we are not to wait. We do it right now. Okay. So and if you do feel that yes, what he said makes sense. Yes, I have to prepare from now. I should not deceive myself. You're getting it? Some people, what I'm saying this is that some people, I met with some people. I don't mean to demean other people. I met with some people who said that I'm a healer, right? Me, and not me. The person who talked to me saying that he or she is a healer. And then after becoming good friends, then would ask me is, I have this problem, that problem, so forth. He shall tell me, what should I do? Oh, you're a healer, right? Why don't you heal yourself? So, they say, you say people oftentimes, this is a problem. Say like, we should start from the ground. We should not start from the air, somewhere in the space. Start from the ground. From the ground, if you start, then you will get somewhere. You get somewhere that, and that too, you have to, there's a time factor there. It's not just like 2 + 3 = 5, finish. No, it's not like that. You have to build up on this. There's a time factor. You have to study now, reflect now, and meditate now. So this is what you have to do. So that if you don't do that, if you're not being so realistic, we talk one thing, and then you don't really grow ourselves. We don't really grow ourselves. And last minute, when it's the problem, we get stuck. So therefore, the point is that these are things. It doesn't matter whether people call you as a Dhamma practitioner. It doesn't matter what the people call you. That's a different story. You should not deceive yourself. We should not deceive ourselves. We should make sure that we're growing. For example, with the wisdom, how the Bodhichitta helps you, how the wisdom of emptiness helps you is very different. It's very different. And how the samadhi, single point of meditation, helps you is very different. How the renunciation helps you is very different. You're getting it? So some people think that renunciation is everything. Some people think that bodhicitta is everything. Some people think that wisdom is everything. Some people think that just do some rituals, some rituals. This is everything. Some people think that just single point of meditation is everything. No. For a good house, we need the light. Light is important not for a house. Very important, right? And the door is important not. Very important. There are thousands of things which are so important. One, if you miss, then you will not really enjoy the house. So like all these components are required for the purposeful life. So keeping this in mind, and particularly what I was encourage you to do, is that study these things well, and then get conviction, and then put them to practice. You should be the one to tell yourself that these are very different. So single point of meditation, breathing meditation, observing sensations is one thing. Observing your mind is another experience. The experience of the emptiness of the mind is again another experience. Then bodhicitta is extremely beautiful mind. So just feel all these things, and then you will see that I need all, not just one in isolation. I need all. You're getting it? You should be the one to feel that. And luckily, these are not that we have to have just a mere blind faith. You study this, You put effort, you create the conducive factors. Sangam Sharanam Gachami. I go for refuge in Sangha, meaning that I'll go with the good companions. That make your practice easy. That make your the study easy, reflection easy. You getting it? And so with this, we see that there should be consistency in your studies. Consistency. And I right from the beginning, I told you that if possible, try to look for programs, study programs. There are many programs in the world, many good programs, not just any program. Some people, they're just for money, just for extracting money from you, right? If you pay, you will get through. If you don't pay, finish. Don't come in close. No, this is dharma. Who cares, right? This attitude is just for money. This will not be of benefit. So where there are very good programs in many places, and that too don't do just like 10-day, 2-day, 5-day. No, this will not help. Go there. This help you, but for a sustained. There should be a sustained program, and these are to just invigorate your the motivation, but what should really sustain should be long-term programs, like 5-year programs, 10-year programs. You have to be enrolled somewhere, right? Okay, so with this this part that we are reading, this is most of them are self-explanatory, and I would also suggest that if you can read this, for example, like this book is extremely precious. And people who are really into Dharma for many years, English dependent people who are into Dharma for many years, the moment they see this book, they flip through the table of contents. They say, this is a book that we treasure for all these many years. We've been looking for such books. So indeed, it's an effort of many people, and myself started this from like 17, 18 years ago. It took so long for us. Finally, it has come out now. So somehow we have been, using this book so many times, editing all the time. And hopefully the formal final editing will happen very soon towards the end of this year. Editing, not much changes. This more the shape, little bit of changes here and there, and then later on this continuous editing can happen. But the final editing will happen the end of this this month, and this book is there. So if you can read this, keep reading this. And in fact, I encourage some of the people who are more into Dharma. I tell them that if you are just in the family, taking care of a husband, taking care of children, and taking a house and so forth, you don't worry. Keep this book with you. This is not something. This is not the one piece written by one teacher. No, it's a compilation of the Buddha's teaching, sutras, Indian masters' commentaries, Tibetan masters' commentaries. They're all put them together. Just keep reading like 1 page a day, 2 pages a day. Just consistently maintain the consistency, and then you will get somewhere. So this is what I suggest. You can also do the same thing. So with this in mind, this is what we are reading here in the section. I'm going to explain just the first part. The remaining, is self-explanatory, some of which I may explain in the class as well. So the first part, the gift of Udradana Sutra, what it says is that Buddha Shakyamuni is comparing two bodhisattvas. So this is the benefit of the wisdom of emptiness. Why the wisdom of emptiness is required? The bodhisattva is comparing the two bodhisattvas. One who generated bodhicitta for so long, for so many lifetimes, but without the wisdom of emptiness. Another, a bodhisattva who just newly became a bodhisattva, and yet with the wisdom of emptiness. So the comparison was done as to who would accumulate more merit, and the Buddha Shakyamuni taught that there's no comparison. The bodhisattva, although you are a very fresh bodhisattva, meaning that you just newly became a bodhisattva, And you have the wisdom of emptiness. With this, the merit that you accumulated is accumulated far, 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 far more than the merit accumulated by the Bodhisattva for all these many lifetimes of being a Bodhisattva, but without the wisdom of emptiness. So this is amount. So for us, I say with the wisdom of emptiness, if we can really engage in the study of the wisdom of emptiness, reflection meditation, get some experience, and on that basis then engage in your virtues and the merits will be multiplied so many times. They become really very powerful. Number one. Number two, all the virtues that you do, if not complemented by the wisdom of emptiness, they will somehow become the fruits to be given in samsara. They will not help us to get out of samsara. Whereas only if complemented by the wisdom of emptiness, then what you do can become the factors to eject you out of samsara. So this is difference. With this in mind, let's read the following together. Dependent Origination and Emptiness, a compilation of excerpts from Sutras and Treatises for meditation on emptiness. Okay, is there anybody who has a pen? I left my pen. Extra pen, extra. If somebody's extra. Is this extra? Extra. Thank you. Oh, is there anybody having blue one? Okay, exchange. That's also nice. Thank you. Wow. Okay, together. Gift of Yudhratna Sutra. Manjushri, whoever listens, even without to the teaching on meditation, emptiness, generates much greater merit than a bodhisattva who, lacking skill in means, practices a sixth perfection for 100,000 eons. This being so, what need is there to say anything about a person who listens to this teaching without doubt? What need is there to say anything about a person who imparts the scripture in writing, memorizes it, and also teaches it thoroughly and extensively to others? That treasure of the one thus gone sutra. Any person who, possessing all these 10 great non-virtues, enters into the teaching of selflessness and has faith and conviction that all phenomena are from the beginning pure of true existence, does not go to a bad rebirth. Chapter on Subduing Devil Sutra. If any bhikshu realizes that all phenomena are absolutely pacified of inherent existence, and the beginning of defilements is devoid of self-nature, it will remove the guilt of having defilements and make unstable the defilements, thus deeming even the imaginable negativity is dysfunctional, let alone the secondary wrongs done associated with ethics and rituals. Arideva's founded verses on the middle way. Those with less merit will not even have a doubt in this dharma of ultimate reality. Should an inquiry ever arise in someone, it will shatter samsara into pieces. Acharya Dharmakirti's commentary on valid cognition. One is liberated through the view of emptiness. The rest of the meditations are for the sake of that. Bodhisattva Shantideva is guided Bodhisattva spiritual life. All of these branches of practices were taught by the Buddha for the sake of wisdom. Therefore, those who wish to pacify suffering should generate this wisdom. Acharya Chandrakirti said in the middle way, even as an ordinary being, when hearing about emptiness, if one experiences with an utter joy again and again, tears flowing from such pure joy moisten one's eyes, and one's hair stands on end, one has the seeds of the wisdom of full awakening. Upadhyaya Sutra. The various delightful flowers blossom, and the sparkling supreme golden apple stands so alluring. For none of these is their creator, they are possessed by the power of thought. It is through the conceptualization that the world is imputed. Bhikkhuni Vajira's utterance and the Fundamental Vehicle Sutra. The mind is demonic, which views the true self. You have a wrong view. These composition aggregates are empty. There is no being in them. Just as one design is a card, in dependence upon a collection of parts, so we assert a conventional sentient being and dependence upon aggregates. Venerable Shavara's writings. Searching for reality throughout space, one finds not the periphery nor the center. All perception cease completely. Likewise, through the thorough search of mind and phenomena, one finds not even an atom of essence. Since the searching mind is not found, not seeing anything is seeing the reality. Saint Saraha's writings. By entering into emptiness but devoid of compassion, one will not find the supreme path. By meditating upon compassion alone, one will not attain liberation but remain in samsara. The one capable of grasping the unity of the two will not remain in samsara nor abide in personal nirvana. King of Concentration Sutra. Just as in the dream of a young girl, she met with a boy and saw his death. So was she at the meeting and in anguish at his death. We all phenomena as thus are in Nagarjuna's fundamental wisdom of the middle way. Ceasing karma's afflictions is nirvana. Karma's afflictions arise from conceptual thoughts. These arise from mental elaborations grasping a true existence. Elaboration ceases by going into emptiness. Neither aggregates no different from the aggregates. The aggregates don't depend on him, nor is he dependent on them. The Tathagata does not possess the aggregates. What is the Tathagata? That which dependently originates is posited to be empty of independent existence. That being dependently designated is the middle way. Since there is no phenomenon that is not dependently originated, therefore there is no phenomenon that is not empty. Are in Nagarjuna's precious garden. If the person is not earth, not water, not fire, nor air, nor space, nor also consciousness, and not all of them, where is the person out of those? And just as a person is not truly existent because of being an aggregation of the six elements, each element is not truly existent as they are aggregation of their own constituents. Dharma Sangiti Sutra. Forms appear as mass of form. Feelings resemble bubbles in water and is like a mirage. Metal formations are like planet trees. Consciousness is like a magical illusion. So taught Surya Mitra. Nagarjuna's commentary on awakened mind. Those who understand this emptiness of phenomena, you're also conformed to the law of karma and ends results. That is more amazing than amazing. That is more wondrous than wondrous. Deva's 400 verses on the middle way. When dependent arising is seen, ignorance does not occur. Thus, through all efforts, strive to find this subject. His Holiness, the Seventh Dalai Lama's Rain Shower, a song for mindfulness is a guide to the view of the middle way. At the crossroads of the six collections of consciousness, that of diverse perceptions, are seen the hazy dualistic phenomena which are baseless. There's a magical show that is by nature deceptive. Don't believe them to be true, but view them as having the nature of emptiness. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it within the nature of appearance and emptiness. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it within the nature of appearance and emptiness. The sphere of appearing and existing phenomena is pervaded by the space of the ultimate clear light of suchness. There is an ineffable ultimate reality. View this nature of emptiness through abandoning the mental contrivances. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it within the ambience of reality. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it within the ambience of reality. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama's prayer for proliferating Dharma of land of snows. Okay, I'll quickly explain this. What we said earlier was that, let's say that the meditation emptiness, so you can do it in the progressive way. First, let's say that you do the meditation on the breath. Just observe the breath, and with the 4 points intact, body posture, focal point, then what? Hey, 4 points. Body posture, focal point. Wow, Sherry Pema is amazing. So others I give full, they give me half. Sherry Pema is who I give full, she gives me full. Right? What is number? Look, half. Identify errors of what? Errors of doing good things. Half. Sherry Pema, say it again.
Identifying the errors of meditation.
Perfect. So just try to be very articulate, meaning that, say, what you get, technically, even the words, if precise, this reflects your thought. Your thought becomes very clear. You're getting it? Identifying the errors of meditation. You're getting it? Okay. So, again, identify them well. Then the number 4. After the remedy is 70%. Perfect. Applying the remedies to overcome the errors of meditation, 90%. Okay. So we need to be careful with these. Being careful with this, then do these breathing meditation. When you succeed, then you can gradually move into the sensations. From there, gradually still go into the mind. You're getting it now here. What is Holiness affording the Lama, what we're reading here? There are two verses there. The first is invoking the blessings of these great masters who successfully did this meditation. On what? Meditate first with the preliminary of the breathing meditation, sensations, then to the mind, right? It was the mind. You see the mind in the form of clear knowing aspect, luminosity. Once you identify that, then see the emptiness of this mind. You're getting it? Emptiness of mind. So this mind, we see, for example, how many of you agree with me that when you're sad, everything looks so sad. When you're happy, everything looks so bright. Resents. So from this, we get a little clue that our mind plays a role to see the world. You getting it? Number one. Number two, that from what we learned the last few days, say the flower. Oh, today what happened to the flowers? They're all gone. Huh? Huh? Impermanence. Right? Your breakfast also impermanence. Right? Lunch also impermanence. No impermanence. Okay. Mind is impermanent. Hey, Luca. Mind is also impermanent. Right? Mind never disappear. Okay. What happened to the flower? Okay, it doesn't matter. Whose karma yoga is that? Whose karma yoga is that? To keep the flower here. Otherwise, okay, good. It doesn't matter. Okay, Luca's so kind. No, not this one. No. Okay. Okay, Luca is fine. Luca. Next time. Luca. Okay, it's fine. Okay. So we see that the whatever that you experience, initially at the outset we do feel that they're all objectively real. If you think we take one step back and think, when you're sad, the same hall looks so gloomy, so sad everywhere. Even the flowers, these flowers, they're like this, very sad. Table also so sad. And the walls also, very sad. Right? You cannot remain at ease thinking, just today I won't die. And whereas when you're very happy, right, these words are so powerful. Wow, it's amazing, right? Just today I won't die, right? And it looks so colorful, so beautiful. Wherever there are all these the Aramanjushri, then what Ramasungapa, everywhere, right? And the flower is not just small, it's so big. It's amazing. And the table is so nice. Everything you see is so bright, so good. So what I'm saying is that from there you can see that these are somewhere your mind is influencing them. Right? So what? You will agree with me that these influences on the characteristics of the object, not the object per se, right? Object looks gloomy, object looks bright. Characteristics, not the object. But what the object, how the object is influenced by the mind. Even the object is also influenced by the mind. For example, let's say the colors, the color, beautiful color, shape, size, and so forth. Even that is your perception. And then the object, for example, the flower. The flower, which is just a bunch of atoms. What is this, a flower? It's just a projection for mind. Then what are the atoms? Even the atoms also made of electrons, protons, neutrons. So besides electrons, protons, neutrons, there's no flower there. No atoms there. If the atoms also come from our mind. Electrons. If the electrons is just, let's say, thank you. But where to keep? This is a boy's work. This is a boy's work, right? Nah. Okay, fine. So he's looking for the why. There's no vase. He said, flowers being changed. This is just excuse. This is boys' work. The girls usually I cannot really stereotype. Again, people may say that he's sexist, right? So the girls will make sure that everything is perfect. The boys will give you, say, if I say tea, then they'll do what, teapot. And where tea means a cup, right? This boys' work. One time, my nephew and niece, my brother's son and daughter, two of them were with me. And we made momos, veg momos, not non-veg. Veg momos were so delicious, so good. And the next day, we have some extra leftover. Thank you. And some leftovers at the end. So one of them was going for work, and she's working as a nurse with the doctor and the colleagues. Then my little niece, she was also there, and I helped them pack the extra momos. And then there's this what we call the chili paste. Chili paste also I put in a small container. Then I was looking for a small plastic spoon, put it there. And this little girl, she was just watching at me. Yeah, when she saw all these details, she said, "Uncle, you are like a girl." I said, "Why?" She's very little. She said, "Uncle, you're like a girl." What did I do? She said that how meticulous you did, the boys will not do. This is only what the girls do. Right? Girls will think very, very thoughtful. The boys are very careless. They're not careful. They're not being thoughtful, right? There's a momo finish. Chili paste. And then later, how to eat, how to put the chili paste. No idea, the chili paste. What do you want? Chili paste? Chili paste. And because chili paste, there's something is required to, to put it there, take out of this and do this. This is what the girls do. Uncle, you are like a girl. I don't know whether it's a compliment or what. But this is what she said. Okay, let's say that whatever we are seeing, colors, shapes, emotions, all these things, initially we see that there's a transitory nature, impermanence there. Then we see that our mind can influence the characteristics of the objects. They seem so gloomy, they seem so bright, beautiful. And then not only the characteristics, but also the objects themselves, our mind is projecting them. Like the flower, where's a flower? Atoms, even the atoms were there. You keep doing this analysis, we see that everything is nothing but the radiance of one's own mind. Radiance, meaning the glow of one's own mind. For example, if the light, the bulb, if the bulb is blue, color of the bulb is blue, then the light it gives us blue. You get it? Blue hues. So with this mind, then this mind radiates, or it creates the luminosity, to give rise to the different appearances, the physical forms, the mental emotions, and so forth. So these are nothing but the source is your own mind. So we see that everything that we see around as so many things, they're not really so many things. However, trillions of the varieties, that they all boil down to your own mind. Your mind is influencing them. Your mind is creating them. Your mind. Number one. Number two. Then you just say, be aware of this mind, which is the source of all these phenomena. Then the mind manifests very clear. I said all these disturbing conceptual thoughts, they subside, and the luminosity manifests in the mind. Then you see is this not the full story? Then you see the emptiness of this mind. The mind which is like the source of everything. So everything dissolves into this mind in ways that you recognize that everything is nothing but the nature of one's own mind. And then you just stay in this experience of the mind. This mind, the next phase is what? Say what? Breath, the sensation, the mind as a source for everything. Number three. Then number four, emptiness of this mind. You getting it? Okay, so His Holiness, and if you do get time, we'll do a little bit of how to see the emptiness of the mind, because all our pains, misery, stress, and agitation, sadness, they're all nothing but the aspect of your mind, your own mind, manifesting different forms: sadness, stress, anxiety, fear, unhappiness, and so forth. And if you see the emptiness nature of this mind, it's greatly relieving. It relieves us. It is a great freedom. So if you get a little time, we will do this, the teaching a little bit on this. So we see that everything is nothing, but boils down to your own mind. In the first place, you get great degree of freedom. We said there are so many things. No, don't worry. These are all the manifestation of one's own mind. Then even this mind is also a nature of emptiness. Then you get total freedom. Okay, so let's read this. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama's prayer for proliferating the Dharma of the land of snows. Venerable Marbalo Zawa Shebe Dorji Damdul. So this is in relation to the teaching of the Kagyu tradition. Venerable Marbalo Zawa Shebe Dorji and so on. Host of the precious Kagyu, the sources of blessings, the chain of the unexcelled masters of this outstanding tradition. To you all I pray, may the Buddha Dharma of the land of snows blaze forevermore. All phenomena encompassing samsara and nirvana are but the radiance of the spontaneous awareness. Spontaneous awareness means your mind, your own mind. Spontaneous awareness. Awareness itself, devoid of elaborations, meaning is empty. Devoid of elaboration is realized in the nature of Dharmakaya. Pervading all existences and appearances of samsara and nirvana is a great Mahamudra. May the Buddha Dharma of the land of snows blaze forevermore. Aranigarjuna's praise for Dharma Dhatu. Impermanent, suffering, empty. These three, they purify the mind. The Dharma that is unsurpassed in purifying the mind is the law of intrinsic nature. Concluding prayer from Lama Tsongkhapa's Ocean of Reasoning, a commentary on the Arya Nagarjuna's fundamental wisdom of the middle way. So this prayer, in fact, I picked up from Lama Tsongkhapa's text, a commentary on Arya Nagarjuna's text. When I was studying as a student myself in Tibet House Monastery, I think that was after completing my 10 years, then sitting for the Geshe exam, which is for 6 years of exams. Very intense exams, right? And quite intense exams. You want to hear about it, right? 6 years exam. After completing all the courses, then you're done with the schooling. Then you have to sit for 6 years exam if you want to sit for the highest degree. 6 years. And I was trying to run away from this exam. Not because I'm afraid, simply because I'm not interested. I simply want to focus more on my personal practice, right? 6 years, study, and so much intense, and then one hair's losing, another one losing because of tension, stress, right? So instead, why not do your practice, Bodhichitta, wisdom, emptiness? And my teacher was very skilled. Ven Geshe Dorji Damdul, many of you heard his name so many times. He's so skilled. And those days I had severe ulcer problem, stomach ulcer problem. So the exam, and of course, then the negligence with my food, I cook on my own, negligence with the food, negligence with sleep, intense studies, all this combined together, ulcer problem since I was a child. It never heals. Then they I become really, really very sick. And then they I would go to my teacher. Now it's a good excuse to go to my teacher. Sir, I'm being badly sick. I got this for this exam. I cannot. Please excuse me. Please give me permission that that I don't have to sit for this exam. And then my teacher would say that, of course, if you're sick, yes, of course. Don't worry. Take care. Right. So next year, first year exam completed, second year. Second year we have to again fill out the form. All my classmates, they're waiting. I was not filling up the form, sitting like this. All the classmates said, if you fill out the form, submit it earlier, the monastery will give you exemption from many responsibilities. So there's so much benefit. My classmates, they're waiting. Dorji, what happened? Fill out the form very quickly. And I'm not saying anything because that my teacher may be very angry if I don't fill up. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. So I just keep like this, just ignore. And then my classmates, they're pushing me. Oh, we are not getting exemption from this. Please fill the form. Then I would go to my teacher. Sir, so now I'm not going to sit for the exam. I have this problem. So what's the problem? You're already good? Physically, you are all okay, healthy now? Because the last 2-3 months, I was more rested, less tension, and the healing started to take place. Now you're good. What's the problem? Right? He doesn't even say continue. What's the problem means? You have to do it. Okay, so poor Dorji has to go back. Reluctant. He was so skilled. He pushed me like this for 6 years. Wow! Every year I was looking for, and he outshined me. What's the word? Outshine, outshone, outshone. He outshone me, right? I was trying to use my skills. I'm sick, right? Oh yeah. And closer to exam, he would say, "What's the problem?" And then I have to go back, sign the paper, and submit. Okay, why did I say this? Why did I say this? Then what? Okay, so during that I completed the studies, and then during the 6 years of the training. Meanwhile, all the teachings that my teacher was giving, I attend those teachings because these are something which I finished. No, you never finish. Say for example, emptiness experience, knowledge that will keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. And if you say I'm done, this is the greatest failure. You are doing total injustice to yourself. You're being so unkind to yourself. You're stopping your growth. So I'll go there. And when the teaching was given on the Arya Nagarjuna's text, commentary by Lama Tsongkhapa, reading that, towards the end, this prayer, I found this prayer. And it really resonated so beautifully. This is so precious prayer. I must say this. So every day I include this in my part of my daily practice. And then when I was compiling this book, I thought that this is good for others as well. So I included this here. So let's read this together. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the Shree and be able to uphold the Dhamma in general and the teachings of dependent origination in particular, even in the course of my life. Okay, the next one, Sadhanam Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka. So this one, I'm going to explain this. Since that you already exposed to emptiness, we already studied emptiness, although in a cursory form. Now this will make sense to us. Otherwise, this is a very compact information. So Shree Hey Ru Ka is the name of a sacred name of a Buddha. Buddha Shakyamuni manifested in different the deities, depending on the, say, the mental temperaments and the mental karmic, the potentials of the individuals. The Buddha Shakyamuni manifests in different forms, sometimes in the form of Shree Hey Ru Ka, sometimes in the form of Shri Vajrabhairava, sometimes in the form of Shri Samaja, sometimes in the form of Shri Kalachakra, and so forth. Buddha Shakyamuni himself manifests in different forms. For example, when Buddha Shakyamuni was giving teaching on Heart Sutra in Rajgir, that is like what, towards the east of India, towards the same time, the Buddha was giving teaching on Shri Kalachakra in South India, simultaneously, manifestation. So, the Buddha Shakyamuni manifested himself in different forms, depending on the, say, temperament of the people. So one time there was one king by the name King Indrabodhi. King Indrabodhi. Then King Indrabodhi approached the Buddha Shakyamuni, said that, please give me teaching whereby I can become Buddha in this very lifetime. Let me repeat it. King Indrabodhi requested the Buddha, please give me teaching which will make me attain Buddhahood within a single lifetime. But, he said, but I don't want to quit the kingship. You getting it? I don't want to renounce the kingdom. I want to stay in the kingdom as a king and practice the Dhamma that you teach, and still I attain within a Buddhahood single lifetime, right? Then instantly Buddha arose in the form of a Shri Guya Samaja, right? A tantric deity, Shri Guya Samaja, and then taught the teaching, gave the teaching to King Indrabodhi. Then King Indrabodhi practiced it, he attained enlightenment within a single lifetime. And then he passed his teaching to his followers, students. So today, in the practice of Shri Guya Samaja Tantra, we see that the lineage master, first is Shri Kalachakra, who is the manifestation of Buddha Shakyamuni, and then followed by King Indrabodhi. So for those people who practice Shri Kalachakra, King Indrabodhi becomes your guru. That becomes Shri Guya Samaja. Kalachakra, yes. No, Kalachakra I said before about the Kalachakra taught. Shri Guya Samaja is separate again. Okay. So the King Indrabodhi became the lineage guru in line with, in the practice of the Shri Guya Samaja, right? Okay. So this is what happens. Buddha Shakyamuni manifested in different forms, depending on the situation. And some of you may think that, oh, that's a good idea, right? To lead a normal life, to become Buddha within a single lifetime, without having to give up the princely life or king's life, right? Luxury and become enlightened. Wow, that's amazing, right? So I will follow King Indrabodhi's tradition, right? You may think like that, but keep in mind that, Buddha Shakyamuni instantly arose in the form of Shri Guya Samaja, the deity, because King Indrabodhi was connected with this practice since many lifetimes ago. So that was the time he was on the verge to bear the fruit. You're getting it? Bear the fruit. So it is like some of the people think that, oh, I'm following the tradition of just Milarepa, right? We don't have to study this. Just Milarepa did not study. This is a self-deception. Because Joseph Milarepa, if you read his biography, you must read his biography. You must read his biography. Since I heard the biography of Joseph Milarepa when I was in my when I was a teenager. Then I read it fully myself when I was in my 20s. So I really feel connected with Joseph Milarepa. But I could not imagine that, okay, I cannot study. It's just look at Joseph Milarepa. He did not study much. He became enlightened in a single lifetime. So if you really want to imitate Joseph Milarepa, you should have the prerequisites of Joseph Milarepa. What are the prerequisites? Number one, the teacher slaps you, beat you, you will not lose your faith, right? Today, the teacher said, what a stupid thing, right? You will sue the teacher, You're getting it? Forget about teacher beating you. Then no human rights, right? You will call the police 911. In India, what's number? Hey, 100, 100 in India, in USA, 911 in Russia, 11, 112. So Russia, there are two. One is 112, 110. Right? You can press any, right? Okay. So, and then you say that there's human rights, please. It's a problem, right? This is who we are today. Joseph Milarab, he was bitten. He was scolded. He was just marginalized. He was thrown out of the teaching side. Yet his faith in the Guru never stirred. You getting it? And more surprisingly, more amazingly, before he met his Guru, he already met other Gurus. But when he heard the name of his potential, the name of the prospective Guru, instantly he just felt like crying. His throat was choking. He was in tears. And how many of you, when you hear about, say, you have your own gurus, right? You have the Guru, tears rolling down, right? Just hearing the name, right? And then the Guru comes to beat you up, right? Oh, what a blessing. You say, what a blessing. Hey, wait, stop, right? Is it, what a stupid thing you are doing, right? So today the Guru has to tell the student what the student wants to hear, right? Not what the Guru wants to teach, no, what the student wants to hear, right? So this is what, if you say something which the student doesn't want to hear, the student will say that, no. And then if you use some harsh words, finish, you will be sued. So this is who we are. So for us, people like us, if this is us, we are not just Milarepa. Don't think it's just Milarepa. You're getting it? Okay. So they say there's a beautiful Tibetan expression which says that in those days, like 100 years ago, say everywhere in the world, everywhere is poor. Everywhere, east, west, north, south, everywhere is poor. And in those days, they say the food is very important. And they say those people who are more the having agriculture, who survive on agriculture, they do little business exchange with the nomads. What the nomads they give you is the butter, what else? Cheese, meat, and so forth. And then they may also give you, I don't know, they must give you some salt, I don't know. And the farmers will give you barley, rice, or whatever these things. And for the farmers, cheese and these things are so precious, so precious. Wow, these people, they sell us cheese, right? They're eating cheese every day, right? So the farmers, they see these nomads, they are so lucky people with the cheese. So it says that the farmers, they look at the nomads and they just appreciate them. Wow, what lucky you are, how lucky you are that you are having cheese every day, right? And the farmers, they don't see how these cheese are, how these nomads, they move from one place to another place to another place without any stable place to live, right? Hardships, they don't see the hardships behind this cheese. So, likewise, we see just a matter of being enlightenment in a single lifetime. You don't see the hardship behind that. You're getting it? So with the hardship, you will just sue. And you want to see the enlightenment, right? I'm following the Buddhist Milarepa's tradition. When the teacher says, what a stupid thing you are saying, how dare you say like this, right? I'll sue you. So this is not just a Milarepa tradition. You're getting it? Okay. So for people like us who are not following, who don't have the Jesus Milarepa's imprints, better follow Lama Tsongkhapa's style. Study, right? Study. You become self-sufficient, right? If the teacher says that, how dare, what stupid thing, don't care. Study well. Study, then you grow. Then you become confident. Your dependence on teacher will be much less. Then you will know who is the correct teacher. You're getting it? You study well, then you will know who the correct teacher is. Who is, no, this is not the correct. It's not about the fame of the teacher. It's about you be able to see who actually practices the wisdom of emptiness, who actually practices the bodhicitta. You will see that. When you see that, you will choose the correct teacher. You're getting it? How Joseph Miller will choose the correct teacher, and how somebody today should choose the correct teacher should be very different. You're getting it? Joseph Miller, but he already had all these connections from the past lives. So this, like, just hearing the names of other teachers, it does not really affect him. Hearing the prospective teacher, just Marpa's name, just hearing this name, he started choking out of some connection. So for us, the best thing is to be on the safe side, right? What I would say is that don't go for, what is that? Don't be a guru hunter. Don't be a guru hunter. Don't hunt for gurus. You're getting it? If at all you want to be wise, what I would say is that first, stay in the dome of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. You're getting it? Always keep in touch with His Holiness's teachings. If you get a very good picture of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's, the thought processes, teachings, there's no danger that you will fall in the hands of bad teachers. There's no danger. Whereas, if you don't create this dome, protection, His Holiness's teachings will be the protection for you. You'll know what is correct, what is a good teaching, what is a bad teaching, what is a not good teaching, what is a complete teaching. You all learn from His Holiness's teachings. Then from there you grow. Don't focus on, again, looking for a guru. According to His Holiness's advice, you keep studying, keep reflecting, keep meditating. Study, reflect, meditate. With this, then you become very confident. You get some confidence that, okay, I see that this teacher, this teacher is good in emptiness. This teacher is good in bodhicitta. This teacher good in single point of meditation, not so much in emptiness, not so much in bodhicitta, right? And then, say, in some cases you may look for one teacher, in some cases you may look for 5, 6 teachers, but there's no danger that you will fall in the wrong hands. There's no danger that your faith will be shaken. You're getting it? With a guru, don't run, don't hurry, don't rationally go to look for a root guru. Right? Particularly when you go to some centers, the first thing that the half-baked people will make you half-baked people also. You're getting it? The first thing they'll ask you is, oh, you went to Dharma, how long? Right? Just recently, I happened to see a poster there in the Ganj, Tushita Meditation Centre. This program is there. So I came here. Oh, you went to Dharma? Yes. To who's your root guru? Oh, I don't know. Right? What root guru? What is root guru? Oh, yes, you have to root guru. If you don't root guru, no Dharma. Right? And who's your root guru? My root guru is this. List A, B, C, D. Very famous ones. A, B, C, D. If you don't root guru, you must have a root guru. Right? And then you also become root guru. Look for root guru. Right? This is not the correct approach. This is the wrong approach. You are, say, one ill-informed person leading another person to become ill-informed. You're getting it? So therefore, we should be wise. Okay. So with this is a little bit digression. Now going back to the Shree Hey Ru Ka thing, is that how the Buddhas they select their own names is just to make us, just to help the sentient beings in the most effective way. For example, Shree Hey Ru Ka, this is name chosen by the Buddha himself when he manifested in the form of this particular deity, Shree Hey Ru Ka. Look at the profundity, how profound this teaching is. The sacred name as a teaching. And if you know this meaning, just by reciting Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka, you will feel the goosebumps on the body when you recite this name. How? Not because that this name is so beautiful. No. Knowing the name, the meaning of this name, Shri, why Shri? Hey, why Hey? Why Ru, why Ka? Knowing the significance of each of these, it'll give a deep connection within you. You're getting very profound transformation within you. Okay, so do you agree with me that when emotions arise, anger, attachment, jealousy, and so forth, or sadness, fear, when these emotions arise, do you agree with me that it should happen due to two factors, like the sound of a clap, two hands coming together, right? Say, okay, quickly, just some of you tell us what kind of problem you had in your life. Just be very honest, quick. Anyone, what problems, what the say, real deep sadness in your mind. Just share with us. Kyle, you want to share? Very quick, something.
Okay. Not being able to help suffering people.
Not being able to help somebody else, suffering people. Yes. Anyone else? Quick, to save time. Yes.
Yeah, I won't go into too much detail, but the current situation in Israel, Palestine is very, very sad.
Yeah, passage is so sad. The war. Anyone else? Quick, to save time. Here, Nadia. My brother-in-law having stage 4 cancer. Anyone else? Anyone else? Quick. Yes, over there. Yes.
Мне печально. Я из России. Мне очень печально, что воюют российские ребята и украинские ребята.
So this lady is saying that she's from Russia and she feels great pity that Russian guys and Ukrainian guys fight each other.
Exactly. Yes. Over there.
Смерть мамы.
Oh, death of his mother.
The loss of the mother, death of the mother. Okay. So we see that the loss of my mother, it pains me. You're getting it? Loss of my mother, it pains me. To see wars happening there, in fact, we're all brothers and sisters, right? We're all brothers and sisters, not diplomatically. In reality, right? When blood comes out, when you grow old, white hairs come out. Whether you're black, white, the Ukraine, Russian, the Tibetan, Indian, whatever, anyone. This one thing which really fascinated me so much. So when the Tibetans, when they grow older, white hairs come out. Then what about other people with the red hairs, with the yellow hairs? When they grow older, they also white hair comes out, right? So the vision source must be the same. And then we studied later on with like age 16, 17, 18, then I studied about the geography, social studies. Then we got to know that Homo sapiens, right? We're Homo sapiens. And Homo sapiens, they came from like the Africa, right? And so now we come to know there are like 2-3 sources. Even these sources, why they have two eyes, same two eyes. And we say that some way they will merge. And then you go to the 4 billion years ago. 4 billion years ago, we all came from the same sort unicellular organism. That's it. That is our ancestor. We are all the offsprings of that tiny unicellular organism. We are all brothers and sisters. And we are fighting. This is all because of the narrowness in your location. I told you last time. What do you mean by evolved beings? What do you mean by childish being? Childish being only see things physically, locally, small, time-wise, small range of time. Only today, right? Whereas evolved beings can see things from broad perspective, see things in big range in time. That we're all brothers sisters in time and in space. Okay. So the thing is that we see that all the problems, like seeing the wars happening in Israel now, Israel and Palestinian, and seeing the loss of near and dear ones, and so it's so painful to me. We're getting it? Something's happening there, and it pains me. There are two things happening. External factor and it pains me. There's always I involved. You getting it? There's always I involved with external factors coming together. External factors and I come together, it pains you. This is how the miseries happen. So for this, of the two things, before I go any further, of the two things, let's say that, particularly the gentleman over there, what's your name? Anton. So what Anton said is that the loss of your mother, right? Okay, let's say that loss of the mother, and for a mother, loss of a child is so acutely painful. Almost like there's no way by which we can console the mother. Almost there's no pain, there's no way by which we can console the child. When the child loses the mother or the father who the child loves so much, there's no way by which you console. That's a fact. So we see that why this so much of pain happens, why we relate to the mother. And if somebody else dies, right? Somebody you do not like dies, you will not feel the pain. And somebody just who's normal dies, not much pain. But when somebody very close to you dies, so much pain is the why. Anyone, quick. Yes. Because the attachment of love, let's say love and affection. More the affection, more the pain when you separate. Yes. Hey, do you agree? More the affection, more the pain when you separate. Yes. You agree? Okay. I'll give you three options and you choose one. Right? So much affection and so much pain. This is one choice, which we already have. Number two, no pain, no love, and no pain. Right? No pain, no gain. Number two. Number three, so much love and affection, no pain. Which do you prefer? Oh, 1 to 3, which do you prefer? 3. Oh, yeah, how many are serious with that? How many are very serious? Raise hands. Men, serious? Very serious. Okay, how she smiles, I can see she's very serious. Yamuna? Not serious. Serious. And very serious. She's been cold. Okay, so let's say that so much pain, so much love and affection, so much pain, which Anton shared with us. Right? This I don't have to give, you already have it. Number two, what is that? No pain, no gain. No affection, no pain. Right? This also you have. Right? Say somebody who's unrelated to you, somebody who's nasty to you, nasty neighbor. He passes away. Okay, I'm praying for you, right? Mentally you don't feel pain. Third one is which we don't find, where there's so much love and affection with no pain. We don't find it. Did you ever find someone like this in your life? Be very honest. Did you ever find somebody who feels so much love and affection, but no pain at the time of separation? Anyone? Did you see such people? You split or she split? Mutual wishes, so from your 50%, you also split. Right? There's a reason there. Right? I love you so much. Bye-bye. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. There's a hidden secret there. Right? Hey, you, right? Who's going to cook today? Right? Oh, you do it. Why not you? Right? What's the problem if you do it? No, you do it. I said you do it. And then gradually the split happens. You're getting it? So the hidden reality there. And outside we have to say it nicely. We split it nicely. Right? So the reality is that is so almost like we'll not find that. Right? When will you find that? It becomes a real when you start to feel it. If you don't feel it, it's not real. Because evolved beings will be seen generally by another evolved beings. For example, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. You're getting it? We don't get the chance to say, "Hi, His Holiness." No, we don't get the chance. He's very evolved, right? Very evolved, so rare, so therefore people are protected. Nowadays, he's also extremely compassionate. I can sense that the audience is so easy now. Earlier, no. Because he was so busy with so much work that even then you see that what he's doing and what we are doing is just, what you're doing is just nothing. So evolved beings, ordinary people, they don't really get the chance to meet the evolved beings. You're getting it? How many have met Buddha Shakyamuni? How many have met? You have not met. And no, you met. Wow. Okay. So what I'm saying is that you experience it. You experience it, then you will see that, wow, this is amazing. You're getting it? Once there was a girl, a young girl, and he had a boyfriend. And the boyfriend was hosting my teaching. And that year the girl was missing. And I thought that she must have been for some business and so forth. I do not say anything. We never know what's the dynamics. We never know. So I just remain very so like not this. And then strange. After closer towards the end of the retreat, end of the program, another person they told me that this girl was asking if she can meet me separately. I was confused. Why she's not? She's very interested in Dharma, but not coming for this Dharma. And she has a boyfriend here who's, what happened? And she sent information through somebody else, not through her boyfriend. I said, okay, yes. I met, and then she was complaining about the boyfriend, right? This, A, B, C, D, the whole list, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I said that, what do you want? What kind of boyfriend do you want? You want a bodhisattva boyfriend? The description that she's giving is like she needs a bodhisattva boyfriend. You want a bodhisattva boyfriend? And she cannot say no, right? Actually, her description fits only with bodhisattvas, right? Then she remained silent. Then I told her, bodhisattva boyfriends are even more boring than your boyfriend. Bodhisattva boyfriends, they will not give time to you. They think of all the sentient beings. You are just one of infinite sentient beings. They will not spend time with you, right? And you are saying that he's not spending time with me. He's working like this. Bodhisattvas will be even more boring, right? There's no choice. Either you have to, go like this, or you have to bear the boring person. Because the bodhisattvas will be worse than this. Your description fit only with the bodhisattvas, and bodhisattvas will be worse than this. They will not even spend time with you at all. They'll be busy going around, right? Look at His Holiness the Dalai Lama, right? Okay, now because of the age, His Holiness is staying there. Otherwise, His Holiness, every way, millions and millions and millions of people benefited. Just to be with one person is a waste of the bodhisattva's time. Right? So this is what I told her. So with this in mind, how the Buddhas, they chose their names, even that is so precious. All our problems related to the objects and yourself involved. So it's a misconception how the pain is coming. The point is that when we have so much love and affection, correspondingly there is the pain. You getting it? We want this love and affection. It's very beautiful, but the pain is so nasty. Pain is something which we don't like. It's terrible. So, if you don't want the pain, we have to know how to undo the pain. To undo the pain, you have to know how the pain is manufactured. What is the mechanism of the pain coming into arising? What's the mechanism? So the pain coming into arising is because, say, The pain means what? It's a mental disturbance, mental heaviness, mental disturbance. So this mental disturbance is because of the feeling, unpleasant feeling. This unpleasant feeling is because of the cognitive discrimination of things as objectively real. Okay, I'm giving very quickly. Otherwise, this needs to be explained in like 2-3 sessions. Let me repeat it. What is mental pain? Mental pain is the heaviness that you feel because of the resistance your mind is feeling. Resistance in your mind. I don't want this, yet it is happening. You try to run away, you cannot run. You try to run away, you cannot run. This is resistance your mind feels. Why this resistance? Because you don't like the unpleasant feeling. You are feeling unpleasant feeling. So you try to run away from this unpleasant feeling. This unpleasant feeling is coming because of the misconception, cognitively, the misconceived mind. Cognitively misconceived misconception. In other words, ignorance, in short. So cognitively, ignorance, this gives rise to the unpleasant feeling, this gives rise to the resistance. And this resistance can manifest in many forms. In the form of anger, in the form of agitation, in the form of, say, the resistance. So this resistance, if it is very intense, it can become anxiety. If the resistance is prolonged, chronic, it can become depression. And all alone, there's a pain, heaviness there. So this is all because of unpleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling because of the ignorance. And how ignorance, that we have to study more in detail. Okay, so our job is, if you can fix this ignorance, unpleasant feeling will be changed to pleasant feeling. If this feeling changes to pleasant feeling, your mind will not resist. You like the pleasant feeling. It'll embrace. You're getting it? It'll not resist. Instantly pain subsides. Okay. So with this, what we see is that misconception of the person, of the external factors, and the misconception of I. Because the problem is all related to, oh, this happens, I feel painful. This happens, external, I feel painful, I. Misconception of I, misconception of the phenomena. You're getting it? Let me repeat it. Let me now consolidate this in a more technical form. So, all the problems in the first place is related to I and other objects too. And it's not really with the I and the other objects, it's a misconception of the I and misconception of other objects. Ignorance is related to I and ignorance is related to the other objects. These two things come together, then explodes into pains. So we need to get rid of what ignorance pertain to the I and ignorance pertain to the phenomena with which you interact. These two ignorance should be removed. Say if you can remove one of these two ignorance related to the I, remove it, then it becomes only one hand, no sound. Sound stops. You're getting it? But the best would be to remove both hands. So there's no basis for the sound. So, whereas if there's one hand, anytime this hand comes, like this, the other hand comes, suddenly there comes, right? So, the best is remove both. How to remove both? Face the two kinds of ignorance. What are the kinds of ignorance? Known as the self-grasping of the person and the self-grasping of the phenomena with which the person interacts. You getting it? Let me repeat it. Ignorance which are responsible for our pains are twofold. Self-grasping ignorance, grasping at the, okay, I want to give the technical term also. Ignorance grasping at the selfhood of the person, ignorance grasping at the selfhood of the phenomena. Let me repeat it. Ignorance grasping at the selfhood. Selfhood meaning objective self, objective existence. Ignorance grasping at the selfhood of the person and ignorance grasping at the selfhood of phenomena. To remove these two ignorances, we need to introduce the two kinds of wisdom. Simple now. The wisdom of the selflessness of person, wisdom of the selflessness of phenomena. You getting it? So we need to know these. We need to have these two wisdoms. Which are two wisdoms? What are the two wisdoms? Yangila. Hey, what are two wisdoms? Wisdom of the selflessness of person, wisdom of the selflessness of person, and the wisdom of the selflessness of phenomena. In other words, wisdom of the emptiness of the person and the wisdom of the emptiness of the phenomena. Phenomena here meaning phenomena other than the person. You getting it? Okay. How many of you got it thus far? Reasons. How many of you got it thus far? How many got it thus far? Good. Okay. If you got it thus far, say we need to remove the ignorance grasping at the selfhood of the person and ignorance of the grasping at the self of the phenomena. These two ignorance will be removed by the two wisdoms. You're getting it? Two wisdoms. What are two wisdoms? Wisdom of the selflessness of the person, wisdom of the selflessness of phenomena. Two. Okay. Now what happens? Let's say that, oh, my neighbor is nasty, right? My neighbor is so nasty. My neighbor is nasty. I feel so unhappy. My neighbor is so who's unhappy? I am unhappy, right? I. You see the self, this person as objectively real, right? And then what's the problem with you? That's the problem. The neighbor, right? Seeing the neighbor as objectively real. Two ignorances. Now you have these two ignorances there. Ignorance, seeing the self, the person as objectively real, seeing the phenomena other than the person, other than yourself as objectively real. Two ignorances there. So these two come together, then they explode into pains. Okay. Now what happens is that at first you say, oh, am I really how I say so sort of sometimes when you feel angry, when you feel unhappy, sad, something you feel this heaviness somewhere at the core of your heart. How many of you felt that? Raise hands. Good. Yeah. So these are experiences that we need to remember. What is happening? So some things they're so sort of right there. So of the two, you see that the self is not like that. The self is just mentally imputed. It's just 5 aggregates, 6 elements. Where's the self? So from there, you see the self is empty of objective existence. Of the 2 ignorances, 1 ignorance is gone. You're getting it? Now only 1 ignorance is left. First, my neighbor. Or the pollen grains here, the pollen grains, right? Tushita pollen, white, the yellow substance, right? This, it makes me cough. Everybody's coughing. Actually, you're coughing and you say that everybody's coughing, right? So if you're not coughing, you don't mind, right? You don't, hey, why are you coughing? Why are you coughing? Right? So whereas when you cough, then you say it's a pollen. To justify that, you say everybody's coughing, look, right? So we see that these pollens, these pollen grains, they exist objectively. They are so bad. We have to cut all this pollen, right? So the phenomenon with which I interact, this object real. So you see that I am just like a big dream. It dissolves. So only one hand is left. Even the pollen grains, they're also like dream. They also don't exist the way they appear to me. They're so dissolved. What is it? Okay. So of the 2, there are 2, right? The first, the person dissolves. What is left? Only 1 is left. Only 1 is left. This is known as the non-dual. This is 2, right? 2 hands, 2 duality. Now you see the emptiness of this, you are left with only 1. Now the duality is gone, right? This is known as non-duality. But this non-duality is not the real non-duality, right? There's something there. Now you dissolve this. What's left? Duality really dissolves. There's nothing really there. This is known as the non-duality. Non-duality, there are 2 understandings. Where 1 is left, only 1 is left. Other part is disappeared. This is also known as non-duality. This is explained by the, you say, there's one philosopher known as Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta. This is one of the Hindu philosophy. So they talk about non-duality. Advait. Advait meaning non-duality. So why? Of the two, one is dissolved, one is left. So is there two or one? What is two? Two is gone. Two gone, no two. No two means non-dual. You're getting it? Now in Buddhism, in the Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching, further explained by Nagarjuna, even this is also seen as empty of object reality. Now both are dissolved. You getting it? You understood it? If you understood thus far, resents. Good. Okay. So now going back to Shree Hey Ru Ka. So with this information, Shree Hey Ru Ka will make sense to us. So how this name of the Buddha, Shree Hey Ru Ka, is so sacred and so holy is because Shree Hey Ru Ka. There are 4 syllables. You getting it? There are 4 syllables. So what we do is that we go, okay, page 220. Page 2, we are on page 220. So Shree Hey Ru Ka. 4 syllables combined together makes the Buddha Shree Hey Ru Ka's name, sacred name. So there, what we do is that we put the Shri the last. Hey Ru Ka Shri. You getting it? Hey Ru Ka Shri. Okay. So first Hey. You getting it? So we see that there is what are these two things? The person and the phenomena with which the person interacts. Yes, the person and the phenomena. How many such phenomena there with which you interact? Infinite phenomena there. So this side is infinite. Here is only one, the person. Here's this side as infinite phenomena. But how can I get rid of all these, the emptiness, all these phenomena? Don't worry. All these phenomena, they are boiled down to the, like everything in the dream boils down to the dream. Likewise, all these phenomena, they boil down to the mind. You're getting it? Your mind. So when your mind is sad, you see everything is so sad. Look at the tree, is so like this. Even the sun is also, what is sun? Sun should be so bright. Look at this. Only small part is sun. Others are dark. Look at this dark, right? And look at even the people there in Luka, there he's so sad, right? So we see everything is so gloomy. When you're very happy, everything looks so nice, right? So there's a little bit of sun there, a little bit dark. It's beautiful. It's combined so many things. And Luka is so nice, right? So we see that. So when you're happy, everything looks so nice. So from there, we get a feeling that all phenomena with which I interact is nothing but a manifestation of one's own mind. So all boil down to your mind. You're getting it? So if you can see the emptiness of mind, that suffices to seeing the emptiness of the whole phenomena. You're getting it? You get it? Good. So of the two, Hey. Hey is the selflessness of the mind, which represents all the other phenomena. Hey. Ru. So from here, when you say Hey, right, of the two hands, one hand is pulled down. These selflessness of phenomena. Ru, selflessness of person. I am also like a dream, selflessness of person. You getting it? Then what is left? Non-duality is left, right? Non-duality is left. This is Ka. Hey Ru Ka. Non-duality is what is left? Now non-duality is left. Ka. And who sees non-duality? My mind, my wisdom sees the non-duality. You getting it? My wisdom sees the non-duality. Even this wisdom, which is what is the object of this wisdom? Non-duality is the object. What's the subject? The wisdom which is the non-dual is a subject. Even this wisdom is non-dual with the non-duality as a subject. You're getting it? That is the Shri. You getting it? You got it? Okay, shall I repeat it once more? Say, we see that we have the self, and then we interact with the phenomenon, and the phenomena with which we interact and the miseries happen. How many such phenomena are there? Innumerable phenomena are there. And all these innumerable phenomena, however millions, trillions of phenomena they all can be subsumed under the mind, because they are the radiance of one's own mind. You're getting it? The mind. So with the phenomena, you see the mind represents the whole phenomena. And phenomena, who interacts with the phenomena? I interact with the phenomena, the person too. So of the two, we have to get rid of these two misconceptions. These two misconceptions, when they come together, explodes into the pain. We don't want the pain. We don't want the pain. We don't want the pain. So we have to stop this explosion of the pain. How to stop it? You have to stop one of the two hands or both hands. So of the two, let's see. Shree Hey Ru Ka, right? Hey Ru Ka Shree. So there, of the two, we see that if you see how to resolve the misconception of the phenomenon by seeing the selflessness of the mind, right? So Hey Ru Ka, Hey is the teaching of the selflessness of phenomena, of the two hands, selflessness of phenomena, right? Now this misconception of the self of phenomena dissolves. What is left now? The selfless person is left. So then Ru is the selfless person. The person since emptiness dissolve. Ru. Now what is left? Right? The phenomenon is dissolved, person dissolves, what left? Non-duality is left. There's non-dual, no basis for any duality. Non-duality is left. This is God. Right? You remember the non-duality. Who sees this non-duality? My wisdom sees that. You getting it? My wisdom. This wisdom is not like, oh, I'm seeing the flower there. Flower is there, I'm here. No. This wisdom which sees the non-duality, this wisdom which sees non-duality, and non-duality is the object of this wisdom. These two are inseparable, right? So that's the Shree. You're getting it? So your mind, your wisdom which sees the non-duality is actually mixed with the non-duality. That is the Shree. Okay, let's read this now. So for this is extremely precious. Because of this, we give so much respect to the Buddhas for that matter. So, with folded hands, we say the Buddha's sacred name. Even this name is chosen by the Buddha for us to be purified, that for us to be liberated from samsara, for us to attain the infinite happiness of Buddhahood. Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka. Hey is the selflessness of phenomena, the emptiness of the mind, which is the source of everything as it is imputed to be of causal nature. Ru is the selflessness of person, emptiness of the self that is fabricated by the web of conceptual thought that grasps the self as person. Ka is the ultimate reality, the absence of the dissonant duality of subject and object. Shree is the non-dual exalted wisdom that abides in congruence with the emptiness of the object. This is the meaning of Evam. If possible, once you get a little glimpse of emptiness, some understanding of emptiness, it'd be good, that in my present practice, this is an inalienable part of my practice, is a part of emptiness practice, is always there in my practice. So in Tibetan, it is like, Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka. Hey ni kungu chungna sugyuwe sem te gyu tangi da tabar chaba tongba shuge tamme batang. Ru ni kansa ge tatu zembe nan togo chabe gube tata chabe kansa ge tamme batang. Ka ni te kona ni yu je nyimbe tumbe sulu yu sume ne batang. Shree ni yu tongba ni chirawa deshu ne jesu shube yin sume we shi ne wangwe tueno. This is Tibetan form, right? So you can memorize this, including your meditation. That will be very, very effective. Particularly, just take your time. Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka, Shree Hey Ru Ka. Then just meditate. Shree Hey. Think of the emptiness of the mind. Emptiness of the mind. How the mind radiates in everything is the radiance of one's own mind. Dissolve everything into the mind. Then think of the emptiness of the mind. Okay, of the subject, object dissolves. Then the Ru, see the emptiness of the self self dissolves. Then what is left? Non-duality is left. Stay in this experience. And who is seeing this? My wisdom of emptiness. This is what is seeing this non-duality. But it is not like my wisdom is here and non-duality is there. No. The wisdom which is non-duality sees the non-duality in a non-dual form with the non-duality. Wisdom of emptiness sees the non-duality, sees it in a non-dual form. Non-dualistically, it sees the non-dual with itself, with the object. Just stay in this experience and see what's happening to your mind, what is physiologically what is happening within you. Just see that. As your experience of emptiness deepens, as the experience continues to deepen, then this experience will become extremely profound. And then every time you hear the word Shree Hey Ru Ka, instantly all these imprints within your mind, very precious gems imprints within your mind will be activated, and instantly it will make you go into folding your hands, hand folded with so much respect to this Buddha Shree Hey Ru Ka. Okay, good. Okay, now the last time we studied what is known as we studied emptiness. We established emptiness based on what? Based on four essentials. The reasoning of the four essentials to establish emptiness. So today meaning just this session, very quick. Now we have another 16 minutes. Same emptiness. The great masters, they employed many reasons, and one of which is known as rejection. The establishing emptiness by rejecting the seven modes. Okay, I'm going to quickly touch this. Now that you're already exposed to the four essentials, it's very easy for the other things. But of course, we have to meditate on this, not just intelligence. Know that. Okay, the reasoning, the establishing emptiness by the reasoning of rejecting the seven modes. Establishing emptiness by the reasoning of rejecting seven modes. Okay, earlier it was 4. Even 4, it took us 2-3 days, right? 7, it will take more days. Don't worry. So we have done the 4. Rejection 7 will be easy. Okay. So for this, what are the 7 modes? You have to first identify the 7 modes and then we have to reject them. 7 modes, I will identify them very quickly. Very quickly, that's easy. In order for us to remember it very easily, you can note it down. Number 1, oneness. 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 Differentness. We have to reject each one of them. Oneness. Differentness. Differentness. I'm identifying the 7 modes. Oneness, differentness, dependent, dependee. Number 1, oneness, differentness, dependent, dependee. Possession / appropriation. Possession / appropriation. Then collection and the special shape. And let me repeat it. Oneness, separateness, dependent, dependee, possession / appropriation, collection, and the special shape. Special shape. Oneness, differentness, dependent, dependee. What next? Possession / appropriation, which means choice. You can choose one of these. Possession or appropriation. Then the collection of the parts. And then finally, what? Special shape. Special shape. Okay. So since that we have How many still struck on the right? Raise hands. You done? Done? Okay, let me repeat it. Shall I repeat or not repeat? Huh? Okay, oneness, differentness, dependent, dependee, possession, possession or appropriation. Then number what? 6, collection. Number 7, special shape. Done? Okay. The establishing emptiness by rejecting the 7 modes. Establishing emptiness by rejecting the 7 modes. Okay, the reasoning to establish emptiness, or establishing emptiness by the the reasoning to establish emptiness by rejecting the 7 modes, or establishing emptiness by the reasoning to reject 7 modes. It's just language. Both are fine. Done? Good. Okay. What do you, Nadia, tell me, how did you write? Establishing emptiness by the reason of rejecting the 7 modes. Okay. So now these 7 modes, the rejection 7 modes, Buddha explicitly rejected 4, not 7. Then Arinigarjuna came, he added 1 more, 5. Then after about like 600 years, Acharya Chandrakirti came, he added 2 more. You're getting it? And there's no contradiction. It's just like, what do you call it? The expanding of the reasons. It's just expanding. For example, let's say that in this group, how many kinds of people are there? I would say 2 kinds of people. Who are they? Males and non-males. You right? Is correct or not correct? Hey, how many people are there? There are 2 kinds of people. Males and non-males. Is correct or not correct? Right? Correct. And you may say that only 2. You want 3? I'll give you 3. Right? The 40 plus, including me. 40 plus and the what? 32, 40 and 30, the 29 and below. This was correct? There's so many ways classifying. You're getting it? So, what was he saying? Huh? So, the Buddha taught the rejection of the 4. Arinigarjuna added 1 more, rejection of 5. When we study this, you will come to know that this is just the later masters, they expand on this. The basic concept is just the same. You getting it? Okay. So oneness, you already studied it. Oneness meaning, let's say the flower. The flower is not intrinsically one with its parts. You got it? You all know this? Good. What is number 2? Hi. What happened? It seems like many people are feeling cold, right? This young girl is also cold, right? Everybody's cold. You are feeling cold? Ben? No, you're feeling cold? Okay. Oneness is done. Easy? So we need to learn how to apply this in meditation, right? That I'm not one. In the eyes of ultimate analysis, I'm not intrinsically one with my parts. What is number 2? Rejection of the differentness. That I'm not intrinsically different from my parts. Number 2. Done. What is next? Dependent and dependee. Number 3 and number 4. Okay. Are you as a person, are you? Venerable Chung, each one of us, and your name? Oh, that's easy. High. Venerable High. Okay. Okay. So we see that how many you have your aggregates, 5 aggregates, or the 6 elements. How many you have the 6 elements? You have the 6 elements, right? Okay. How many are dependent on your six elements? How many are dependent on the 6 elements? Huh? How many are not dependent on the 6 elements? Who cares? 6 elements, keep them aside, and I'll be all right. Right? Okay, we don't have. Okay, we are dependent 6 elements, which means that you are a male because of your element of the, say, element earth, and so forth. And the say you're kind, you're not kind because the element of the element of consciousness, element of the mind. You're getting it? So you are dependent. Who you are is dependent on these 6 elements. Good. Next question. Which means I say this is you, and this is your 6 elements. You are dependent on 6 elements. Yes. So dependent means that you are dependent on 6 elements. What is next? Dependee. Dependee means that you are the one where the 6 elements depends. Right? For example, say the children depend on the mother. Children depend on the parents. So who are dependents? The children are dependents, and who are the dependee? The parents. Good. The parents are dependee, and the children dependent. For example, let's say that our safety here is dependent on the soldiers on the border, right? So who are dependent in this context? We are dependent, and who are the dependee? The soldiers who are protecting us, right? So likewise, and then the soldiers are there, and how they survive? They survive on their fund coming from the government. And where this fund coming from? From the people's tax. You're getting it? So we see that they are dependent on us, we are dependent on them. There's mutuality of dependency. This is known as interdependency. You're getting it? So sometimes we don't mean of interdependent. We say everything's interdependent, right? What do you mean by interdependent? How are they interdependent? We have to really get it, and then you'll appreciate that we're all brothers and sisters. We talk about interdependency, and then actually you behave, how we behave is that we're independent. You're getting it? Then you destroy others, and then I'll be happy. You will never be happy if you destroy others, right? Okay. Say, how many would like to have a single room while you in Tushita? If possible, everybody want, right? And you also want to have nobody should be there on the planet Earth. I should have single planet for myself, single room, single planet for myself. You cannot survive. You're getting it? And if whole Tushita you get it, you will not survive. You're getting it? You will not survive. So this interdependency, you depend on the other people also depend on you. There's a mutuality of dependency. This is known as interdependency. Okay, now we see that we're talking about this is you, my thumb is you, and the forefinger is your six elements, your parts. So are you dependent on your parts? Yes, you are male, female, kind, not kind, happy, not happy, sad. This all dependent on your aggregates or the 6 elements. If the 6th element, which is the body, right? If you have some problem with the loose motion, right? It's a body problem. And body problem, and the mind interprets as, yes, I'm sick, right? So your mind feels sick, the body is sick. So these two, depend on these two, then you say that I am sick. You're getting it? I am sick. So I'm dependent on the 6 elements. 6 elements also depend on you. Yes, no? Right? You make sure that you feed the 6 elements. You eat the food, right? You make sure you don't miss the breakfast. So the 6 elements are taken care of. Yes? Right? 6 elements, it's very boring to take care of 6 elements. I don't care, right? Keep them aside. You cannot. All right? You have to take care of the 6 elements. So you feed yourself. So this is mutuality of dependency. You're getting it? So you can, one way you can describe the self as dependent on the 6 elements, and the other time 6 elements are dependent on the self. When you say 6 elements, the self is dependent on 6 elements, self is dependent, and the 6 elements are dependee. And 6 elements depends on you, 6 elements are dependent, and you are dependee. You getting it? You get it? Okay. So the first one is, but then the number 1, number 3, and number 4. What number 3 and number 4? Dependent, dependee. We have to reject. How can you reject it? Oh, yeah, this complication. Anyone? We have 2 minutes. Hey, tell me. We are, you and your aggregates, you and your 6 elements, they're mutually dependent. How can you reject it? Anyone? Okay. Say, in the first place, why are we doing this analysis? Rejecting 7 laws, why? Do you agree with me? In order to demolish our self-grasping ignorance, yes? Where to demolish our belief that the self exists objectively, right? So, to analyze whether the self truly exists objectively or not, how do we analyze that? By subjecting self to ultimate analysis. In the ultimate analysis, do you see self? No, self dissolves. You getting it? So to say, do you agree with me? To say dependent and dependee, there must be 2 things. Yes? For dependent and dependent, when you say dependent, there should be 2 things. There should be 2 things. Same. Self, if you say self is dependent, means there should be dependee. If the self is dependee, means there should be dependent. 2 things should be there. If 2 things are not there, dependent and dependee makes no sense. You getting it? For example, let's say generosity, practice of generosity. The practice of generosity. Say, look, triangle, the person, benefactor, and there is a person who to receive the benefit, beneficiaries. Benefactor, beneficiary. And these 2 are connected by the act of benefiting. Right? Benefactor, beneficiary, act of benefiting. Any of these, one of these is missing, the remaining 2 becomes meaningless. If the benefactor is not there, act of benefiting will not happen. And nobody will get the benefit. Beneficiary is not there. And if the beneficiary is there, sometimes people are there waiting for help. But there's nobody generous to give you help. So therefore, the person who's waiting for help is not the beneficiary because he's not getting any benefit. Number 1. Sometimes there are people who want to donate, but they don't find people to whom to give. They don't find it. You know that? Some people, some rich and kind people, they want to donate. They don't know where to donate, how to help. They don't know. They want to help, but they don't become the donor because they don't see anybody receiving the benefit. They don't meet with these people. And sometimes the person, they can, for example, Amnesty International, Red Cross is there. And then the war zones, war-torn zones, in these places, people need the benefit. People are there. And the Red Cross and Amnesty International, they are to help, want to help. But then the act of benefiting is not happening because it is obstructed by the militants, these people. They obstruct. You're getting it? Act of benefit. When the act of benefiting is not there, this is not benefactor, this is not beneficiary. So for any of these 3 things to make sense, other things should work. And if one of these 3 things is missing, other 2 dissolves. You're getting it? In other words, what we're saying is that dependently means there should be 2 things. Yes. If one of these 2 things are missing, then dependently makes no sense. Right? Good. Now in the eyes of ultimate analysis with the self, to see if the self and the 6 elements, they are dependent, objectively, dependent, dependee. We have to expose this self and the aggregate elements to ultimate analysis. In also ultimate analysis, self dissolves. If at all you find something, you find the 6 elements. Self is not there. Right? So only one thing is there, no two things. If no two things are there, in the eyes of the ultimate analysis, dependent, dependent makes no sense. You agree? You agree? Good. So what is next? Possession, same. To say that I possess a singing ball, there should be the possessed object as a possessed and the I as a possessor. There should be two things, yes? To say possess, there should be two things. What to be possessed and who possessed. There should be two things. Again, same thing. In the also ultimate analysis, the self dissolves. If at all something is there, just the 6 elements, the possessor dissolves. When the possessor is not there, possessed doesn't make any sense. If the possessor is not there, possession doesn't make any sense. You getting it? What next? Collection. Okay. So collection is complicated. Collection, you give the answer, right? Collection means some people say that, what's the table? Where's the table? Right? Toppling is not a table. Legs are not a table. And some say that, don't worry, the collection is the table. Right? So this is very difficult. Anybody who can help me? Right? So there's no table which is objectively real. Right? How not? Wait, toppling is not a table, legs are not a table. No, it doesn't matter. The collection is the table. Right? So how to refute that? Right? Okay, you do the exercise. And you do that in your group discussion, collection, and special shape. What's the special shape? Some say that, oh, even the collection is also not the table, because you break the legs and put them on the on the plank, right? Plank also toppling also break into pieces and put them put everything, all the small pieces in a bag, and you carry it. This is not a table. So collection is there, but table is not there. So some smart people says that, no, doesn't matter. Collection with a special shape, that is a table, right? How to reject that as objectively the table. So that is for you, not for me, for your group discussion. Okay. Deyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. Okay, 3 prostrations.